Hey y'all, I'm Brer Sam, and this is one of my movie reviews. Today I am reviewing On the Waterfront, a 1950s film starring Marlon Brando. Yeah, my dad speaks really highly of Marlon Brando, and after watching this, so do I. His performance was so friggin' good. So good. The only other thing that I've actually seen him in is Guys and Dolls. Compared to this film, his performance in that was just, I don't even know. Yeah, so the story of On the Waterfront is that you have Terry Mullick, I think that's his name, and he's played by Brando, and he used to be a boxer or wrestler or whatever it was. And there are a lot of scenes where they talk about some past fights that he did. And he lives near, he lives on a waterfront, hence the title of the movie. Near the docks where a ship is. And he witnesses a guy named Joey getting pushed off the roof of a really tall building. So obviously he's killed, and eventually the same thing happens to a couple of other guys, including his own brother, Charlie the Gent. And actually, the cool thing about Charlie the Gent is that he's mentioned a lot. He is mentioned a lot, but if I remember correctly, you don't really see him and Terry together until near the end, when they're in this cab together and having an argument or whatnot, and Terry is standing up for himself. That was a great scene. And Terry's journey throughout the film, like, everyone thinks he's a bum, and eventually he sort of learns to stick up for himself, and also sort of let people take a chance on him, and he also sort of learns that from this girl. I think her name's Edie, and they have a romance together, and actually the romance is very good in this film. I think it's very good. It's not overdone, because they know what the actual focus of the story is, and that's the murders that are going on. So there are few scenes where Terry and Edie are actually together, and if they are together, half the time Edie is just trying to either get Terry to confess that he was part of the murders, which he wasn't. I don't think he was. That part was a little hard to get. So she either wants to do that or she wants to send him away. But he knows she loves him, and he also tries to get her to have a good time, and it's interesting that way. They do kiss, but they don't make it like it's the most important shot you'll ever see, because after only a few seconds of them being connected, the kiss is interrupted, and Terry needs to run out, and he finds his brother dead. And yeah, so the romance didn't get in the way of the focus of the story, and that was good. The musical score in this is fantastic. I mean, in the very opening, when you see Terry calling up to Joey, and the music sort of gets more and more intense, and then it suddenly gets more intense when you see this guy on the roof, and you think and it sort of lets you know that he's somebody suspicious. And then when Brando gets to this bar that he's supposed to be in, the music gets a lot more subtle and quieter, and then you see Joey get pushed off the roof, and it swells again, and then right after he falls, it just stops abruptly. And actually, that was one thing that the score did a lot. It stopped very suddenly, like it's trying to really bring you in, and that was amazing. I loved it. That was really cool. And the cast is great, and the girl who plays Edie is credited as "and introducing," like this was her debut. So I'm actually curious, what else did she do? If this was her debut, she must have done some really great stuff. My father watched this with me. He said that the guy who plays Johnny Friendly, Lee Cobb, did this so well that it has now become a stereotype. The way he performed this character has become exactly what you would expect from that kind of character. So this guy made that type of character a stereotype, and that makes for an excellent performance, I'd say. Yeah, but my favorite scene in this whole film is when Terry and Edie are seemingly arguing, and the only thing you can hear in that scene is like a foghorn, and you can't hear their voices at all, but you can see it in their eyes, is that Terry is trying to explain something, and Edie is just shocked, and she runs off crying, and so I really liked that. I loved that you couldn't hear what they were saying, but you know what they were thinking. Yeah, my father considers that filmmaking genius, and I totally agree. That was awesome. And like I said before, Marlon Brando's performance is just game over. I mean, he really sold those scenes where he was yelling at people, and especially right at the end when he seemingly lost a battle and he's bleeding all over the place. He really looks like he's weakening. Like, I kept saying he was dead, and yeah, and actually from the climax on, that was just amazing. I was just in my seats looking like this, going, oh my God, what's gonna happen? What's he gonna do? Yeah, that was really cool. Awesome. So this movie is really good. Marlon Brando is good. The musical score is fantastic. The characters are entertaining, and let's just say it's iconic for a reason. Yeah. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all later. Bye!